Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Are you hanging on the edge of your seat?
I am indeed.
Okay, let's do it. Let's begin. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our video. This is a 20K Q&A. 20K Q&A. Could look a little bit happier.
Sorry.
We just want to say a big thank you to all of you for supporting our channel, and we've reached 20,000 subscribers. Can you believe it?
I can't, actually.
Neither can I. I'm really happy. And we decided to do a Q&A just to give you some more information about us and things. And we just really appreciate all of your likes and shares and comments, and keep doing it and keep supporting us, and tell more people to subscribe to our awesome channel because we really appreciate it. So I took to the YouTube community tab and asked you if you wanted to see Jack back. So here he is. 50% of you did.
Thanks to those 50%. You got my back.
And
appreciate it.
Not 50% didn't, but 30% said that you didn't really care. So for those of you who don't know, this is Jack, my wonderful husband, cameraman, life partner, confidant, I don't know, everything. This is Jack. And he's going to join me today to answer all of your questions. And wow, there's a lot of questions.
A lot
of questions. I asked on the community tab, so make sure you check that. And also I asked on Instagram. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, click on the link below. We are Nico. Give me a follow because I'm always posting stuff. And so we've got quite a lot to get through, actually. With that in mind, let's get started.
Let's do it.
So I've split the questions up into 4 different kind of rough categories. We've got China questions, teaching, job, study questions, life questions, and YouTube questions. Which should we do first?
I think we should start with the China questions and save some of the life questions for the end, because from what I've heard, they're pretty juicy.
Yeah, we've got some... Ooh, that was a screech. Yeah, we've got some deep life questions coming up, so stick around to the end to find them out. We're going to go pretty fast because we don't want to bore you by talking loads. So let's get started. If you could live in any Chinese city, which would you choose? Beijing.
Beijing.
Yeah, we could have done that together. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3.
Beijing.
Yeah, we would live in Beijing. We love it here. Great. Okay, easy. What are your top 3 favorite cities, and any tips for anyone wanting to move to China? Okay, top 3 favorite cities: Beijing, Shanghai.
Shenzhen?
Yeah, maybe Shenzhen.
Xi'an?
Awkward. Someone's phone's not on silent.
You hold the mic.
Wow. Number 1 rule of filming: put your phone on silent. Cut that out. That's awkward. God, you're doing a really bad job today. Okay, should I try this again? So, top 3 favorite cities: Beijing, Shanghai, and
Shenzhen?
Maybe Shenzhen. I did really enjoy Shenzhen. I feel like we could live there, but I'm not sure if it would be a favorite city.
No, I hear you.
I really liked Xi'an.
And Nanjing will always be special for us, I think.
Yeah, but again, a livable one. I don't know. Hangzhou was really good too.
Hangzhou was beautiful.
We haven't been to Chengdu, and I've heard good things about Chengdu, so bear that in mind. Yeah, that's a tough one. Definitely Beijing, Shanghai. Not sure about the other one. Any tips for anyone wanting to move to China? Do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I couldn't say anything better than that, to be honest.
Just do it. Give it a whirl. Okay, Nanjing versus Beijing. And why did you move to Beijing? So, both of them are great cities. We loved both, but Beijing would win overall for me.
I would totally agree.
But I think Nanjing's a really great city, especially if you haven't been to China before. So I don't regret our decision moving to Nanjing first.
Yeah, pay it a visit if you're ever in the area. Drop by Nanjing. You won't regret it.
Well, I think it's a good place to live, though. I feel like if we'd moved straight to Beijing, maybe we wouldn't. Well, we probably still would love it. And why did you move to Beijing? Well, we just did a video about why I moved to China, and that is in there. So watch the video.
Yeah, watch the video. It's fire.
It's fire. It is a great video. My life story is pretty amazing. Yeah, made me well up. So hopefully we'll do to you as well. How long do you plan to stay in Beijing? As long as we're in China?
Yeah, definitely as long as we're in China, and we've got no plans to leave anytime soon because we like it here.
Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite place in China for natural beauty? Ooh, that is tough.
That's a good question.
I've probably got top 3 for that.
Yeah, what's
That
your
would
top
be
3?
easy.
Let me guess your top 3.
Yeah.
Guangxi, Yunnan, Inner Mongolia.
Nailed it. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of places we haven't been yet.
No, there are a lot of
So
places we've not been to. Where is your favourite
Yeah,
like,
let
place
us
for natural
know.
beauty? Put a
Maybe we
link in
can
the comments.
go.
Yeah, we should totally go.
Ooh, yeah.
We should do a poll for our next holiday.
Paul. Where should we go?
Our
You
next
can
holiday.
decide.
Comment where we should go on our next holiday and where you'd like to see a video from. We'll do it. We're feeling crazy.
Okay. Is it possible to have a good work-life balance in China?
Yeah.
It's great. We have a much better work-life balance here than we did back home.
Yeah, I think like it totally depends on what job you have, of course. But I would say that most kind of expats and people working in similar fields to us have a pretty good work-life balance. And, you know, obviously my colleagues are mostly Chinese, and I'd say most of them have a pretty good work-life balance. So
Yeah. I would say
it's definitely possible.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, this is a good one. What is your favorite random encounter with a Chinese person or people?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a thinker, that one.
Should have maybe told me this earlier. I would have thought
Okay,
about
so
it.
I really enjoyed when we met the woman in the Longji Rice Terraces with the really long hair.
Yep, she was amazing, wasn't she?
She was super beautiful. She had this amazing ethnic clothing that she made, and she used to embroider. And I can't speak Chinese, or definitely not the dialect that she was speaking, and she can't speak English, but we managed to have a conversation about hair, which was really nice. And also, I really enjoyed it the other day when those old guys asked us for a picture. That was incredibly cute.
Yeah. I mean, we've had lots of random great encounters. That's the thing. We've had too many great random encounters with Chinese people. So too many to name.
It's cute when people ask us for photos and stuff. I think that's quite cute. Okay. What you can't buy in China, especially food?
I mean, you can pretty much buy anything in China, I would say. Some things like some Western products are maybe a little bit harder to get hold of, but using a great little thing called the internet, you can get pretty much anything, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, there's some like local food that we can't get, and like some chocolate and stuff, which we get sent from home.
And decent cheese, but even then.
You still get cheese. You can't get like a double decker here, but you can get cheese.
Fair.
Or crumpets.
Crumpets.
I love crumpets. But you can buy a lot of stuff. Okay, so how much do international political issues affect your life? When there are tensions between China and the West governments, do you feel any change in your everyday life? No.
Not really. No. To be honest, no.
Oh gosh, I think that's the first political question I've ever answered on here. Okay. Has living in China changed your perception of it? And if so, in what way?
I think we came here with a pretty open mind, but nevertheless, I wasn't expecting to have as much fun as we've had. And also, I wasn't expecting Chinese people to be as welcoming as they are. Not that I was thinking they weren't going to be welcoming, but I've been amazed, especially in rural areas when you go outside of the city, just how hospitable and how welcoming people are here.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think if you went to the UK, some rural parts of the UK, I don't think people are so friendly to outsiders as they are here.
Yeah. And also, like, everybody's super friendly. Like, people, obviously, at my work, people are like, will help me do anything. They're just so nice.
Yeah. And
they don't have to be, but they are. So, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a perception that I thought people weren't nice, but super nice here. Okay, so this is kind of like this. What are your biggest misconceptions about China by non-Chinese people? Or what are the biggest? Not yours, but what do you think are the biggest?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that is a good question. I think it probably depends where you go. I think like maybe there's kind of there are some like obvious stereotypes that you might see kind of in some American media or like
And
Hollywood
obviously
things.
recently as well.
Yeah, but I mean, actually, I think if you come to China, you'll realize that, I mean, everybody has the same, and actually anywhere in the world, if you go anywhere in the world, you realize that pretty much people are fundamentally the same.
People live every day, go to work, eat, sleep. That's pretty much,
Yeah.
On that note, though, I do think that everybody, when I go home, always says, "What's the pollution like?" Oh my god, I think that's quite a big misconception here. I didn't really think about it that much before we came, but I think that's quite a big misconception here, that it's just like this really horrible, grey, dirty, like polluted place, and it's really not.
It really isn't.
So nice and sunny.
I mean, there are some like super industrial areas which are polluted and quite polluted, but I would say most of the main cities are working hard to kind of tackle that right now.
This one's, I think maybe this is harder. What are Chinese people's misconceptions about Europe?
That the food is bad. Every Chinese person I've ever known who's gone to like Italy or somewhere like that has always said how much the food sucks. I don't agree, but I think that's just a matter of taste, really. And in the same way as, I guess actually a misconception I had about China was I was never a big fan of Chinese food before I came to China, because the Chinese food I tried was pretty terrible back home. And then I tried Chinese food in China, the authentic Chinese food, and thought, wow, this is amazing. So I feel like it probably works the same way the other way around.
Yeah, each to their own. Like, everybody's got different tastes in food and things,
Some people like durian pizza, fruits on their pizza.
Some people don't. It doesn't matter, Anyway. Okay, on the topic of food, someone asked, what do you cook for yourself in China without an oven or Western ingredients?
Well, shock horror, we have an oven.
I know, we do. I mean, it's not built in, but we do actually have an oven.
Yeah, we bought like a little oven, which was, it's about the size of a microwave, and it cost about the equivalent of $70. So, yeah.
And you can get Western ingredients everywhere. So we cook everything we want to cook. There you go. How long are you going to stay in China?
Ooh, well, that was similar to an earlier question we have. For the time being, I don't see any reason for us to leave.
No, but we probably will leave eventually.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, but there's other parts of the world to see. But right now, there's still so much of China to see that we're in no hurry to leave.
Oh my gosh, so much to see. Okay, after you make so many videos about China in an objective way, do you think people in the West buy it or what?
I'd say that's quite a compliment that we make videos in an objective way. Thank you, whoever.
Yeah, I think
I'll take that as a compliment.
I try to be objective anyway. Do you think people in the West buy it?
I'd say not everybody. Probably
can't win them all.
You can't win them all, but I think that we do get comments from people who thank us for kind of informing them and showing what life is like. And
if they don't buy it, I don't really care.
Yeah, we don't really care. I mean, if someone's going to be super closed-minded and not listen to what we want to say, that's fine. I mean, let them live their life, whatever.
I mean, if you think that I've paid all these people to do things, whatever. Believe it or not, I don't really care. Is it difficult to start a life in Beijing without speaking Chinese?
No, I wouldn't say it is. I think it's
Not
such
in
an
Beijing.
international city. Obviously, some parts of China, it's harder traveling if your Chinese isn't great.
Yeah.
But I think Beijing, super international. You can definitely make it work.
I think much easier than even in Nanjing. Do you feel treatment towards foreigners in China has changed since the outbreak?
This has been a concern of some people I know, some foreigners I know. I think there were certain stages as soon as we came back during Chinese New Year from Thailand, and right when it was kind of all kicking off here, and we came back in, and Beijing was totally empty. It was all local people because all the people from other cities in China had gone back to their hometowns. And I noticed in the odd shop that people were wary of us, or they were, if we went to buy fruit and veg, they were wary. But I think they were wary of all outsiders at that point and anyone who wasn't from Beijing, because they thought, okay, well, maybe they're traveled, maybe they've been to Wuhan. Then over time, I think that totally eased. And that could even have just been a perception that we had that eased. And then I think when there was kind of, certainly when it was then kind of kicking off like big time in maybe March in the UK and the US, I heard about a few isolated cases of things happening in China, but I didn't see anything firsthand whatsoever.
Again, I heard some stories about some stuff that happened in other cities. Personally, to us, it hasn't happened. And I think like we live in quite a local neighborhood. And I think the more that people saw us, I got to the point as well, like now, everybody who's here in China have been here for a long time. So I think there was a stage where,
and people have always stared at us because we look different. That's nothing new. We stick out. We're clearly foreigners. So we've always,
It's hard to know whether it was because of that, you just thinking that because that was in the media, or whether it was true, How is your life in China now? Well, just watch any of our videos and you'll see exactly what our life is like now. Is rent cheaper in a hutong? Any special conditions for renting there, or is it like any other flat?
I wouldn't say that rent is any cheaper necessarily. I mean, obviously, if you live in a really small little hutong place, it's going to be cheaper. Generally in Beijing, it just depends on the size and the quality of your apartment.
Yeah. No, there's no special conditions. But what I will say is if you are going to move to China, you need to be prepared to have at least 3 months rent and deposit, which is a bit of a blower because you normally pay it quarterly, and that's quite a big chunk, especially here in Beijing because the apartments are pricey. What questions should you ask house hunting? Lots of questions. Would you like to see a video on this? We could potentially make
we could make a video about house hunting.
Could get a potential person to do it with us.
Yeah,
we could make a video about house hunting if you're interested. If you are, leave a comment below. If you're not, tell us as well. Is it safe to eat street food because of Rona?
Yes, I would say that from we're not scientists, but from my limited medical understanding, you're more at danger from catching the virus from other people rather than from food. And so I would say maybe if you were going to a super crowded market, then there's probably a higher risk, but I don't think it's from street food. I mean, probably going to a supermarket is more dangerous and, a really busy supermarket, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree.
But we're not medical experts. Disclaimer.
Yeah. Don't go just licking street food everywhere. I'm not gonna get Nico told me it'd be fine. Anyways. Okay. Which changes after Rona, and how long these effects getting... Sorry, I think I might have just written that wrong. Are there any major changes, and how long is it going to take for it to get back to normal?
There are some major changes. I mean, you still can't get into kind of other people's compounds, or certain residential areas are kind of sealed off. Temperature checked everywhere. But actually, this is the new normal. So I'd say it's already back to normal. And wherever you are in the world, kind of what I would tell you from our experience in China is that normal for you or the new normal for you might not be the same as the normal that was before, but you'll quickly get used to it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, things have, some things have opened, some things haven't. We can travel now, maybe, Speaking of which, when do you think the borders will reopen? I don't know. I heard rumours it wouldn't be until October.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I did not know that.
Which seems like a long time away, but also, I guess it's not really, 100% better everywhere in the world. So what's the point in doing another influx?
Watch this space.
Yeah. Can you see yourself and your partner plus little ones living in China for the next 50 years?
On that note, I'm going to go check the camera.
Probably no. Not for 50 years. Gosh, that's a long time. Okay, any advice for looking for non-teaching jobs in China?
I think the best advice I can give is probably kind of networking almost. I think like kind of speaking to people and going to some events, like if you have an interest in a certain thing, trying to get to know people who are in that field.
Yeah.
Because I think as a foreigner, it's not going to necessarily be the easiest to look on like a Chinese job site or something, but actually a lot of firms are open to employing foreigners, and it's just a case of getting to know people.
What about if you weren't in China?
That's a good question.
That is difficult. I actually don't know.
I don't know. If you do know, let us know.
Yeah. This is a bit like the other one about Beijing. Is it necessary to know Chinese if you want to teach English? Short answer, no. Long answer, just try and learn a bit of Chinese. Will make your life easier.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay, what grade do you teach? And if you have taught different ages, what have been your favorite? So I don't actually teach anymore, but I still work for an education company, and we teach, I don't know what grade it is equivalent to, but we teach from ages like 3 to about 10, 11. But when I was a teacher, and you were a teacher as well, what was your favorite sort of age?
I like the kindergarten ages.
Yeah,
I think
me
they're
too.
super cute, fun.
Yeah, that was my favorite. We did like K1, which was like 3-4-year-olds. They were my favorite. Oh, they're so cute, and they're the most fun by far. Okay, how do we get a job in Shenzhen without experience, and what is the salary expectations like with the cost of living? Well, you're going to be pushed to get a job without experience.
Experience of what?
Yeah, experience of what?
I mean, if you've never had a job before in your life,
Yeah.
it might be a little bit of a jump, but
If you've not taught before,
no.
you can.
But I mean, if you speak different languages and stuff, that is experience. So I mean, if Chinese isn't your native language, Shenzhen's an international city, and just speaking English might be a good asset to have, I guess, to a firm.
I don't know the salary expectations because we don't live in Shenzhen. But the cost of living is on the higher end, but not as high as like Beijing or Shanghai.
From what we understand.
From what I've been told. But maybe find someone in Shenzhen and ask them what they think, because they'll probably have a better idea than us. Best city to study in China, best university to study Chinese in Beijing.
Best city to study in China, Wuhan, apparently was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Wuhan was known, I mean, before all this, it was known because it had a ton of universities. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. That was my understanding.
I heard Tianjin was pretty good to
Tianjin
study
has
as well.
got a lot of universities and is quite cheap and close to Beijing.
Yeah, but
Tianjin.
but we don't. We've never studied in China, and we don't study Chinese in Beijing either. So we can't. I mean, this is just hearsay, really. Okay, how old were you when you moved to China? Old enough.
Yeah, over 18.
In my 20s. Is there an age limit for teaching English? Yes, I believe it's 55 or 60.
I have no idea.
It's quite old, but I mean, people probably, Anyway. Okay, that's the end of those ones. Whoa, quick fire round. Okay, so...
This girl.
So let's do the YouTube questions. Then we get on to the juicy.
I'm nervous for that one.
Are you? I'm hot. Anyway, YouTube questions. How do you feel when you see people sending you mean comments? Well, you don't really read the comments that often because that's my job. So I feel a mix of emotions, actually. I feel some of them make me sad. Some of them make me angry. Some of them make me just feel sorry for the person that they would go through that much trouble to send a mean comment to somebody on YouTube, because I feel bad for them. Yeah, get a life. Like, why would you do that? And also, when you do send comments to people, like, I really appreciate when you send me really nice comments because it makes me feel really good and makes me want to keep creating content for people. But somebody does have to read those comments. So just think about what you say before you leave a comment online to anybody in any form of social media, because it's someone's account. There's a person behind that. Sorry.
Yeah, constructive criticism is good, and we like to hear suggestions, but like, of course, if you wouldn't say it to someone in real life, then why would you say it on the internet? That's a good rule to
Yeah,
live.
definitely. Like, because some are just plain mean, and it's just, we don't need that. I don't need that negativity in my life. How long have you had a YouTube channel? And there was a second part to this question, but I'm sorry, I couldn't get on my phone, and then issues happened with things. We've had a YouTube channel for...
Since the summer of 2017.
Oh, specific.
Almost 3 years. Because our first video was a Hangzhou video, right? And
Yes.
which would have been Dragon Boat Festival in...
Oh, yeah. But we didn't release it until the
2017.
summer.
Yeah.
And then we didn't
probably
release
took, like, 10
another one.
months to edit.
Then we didn't release another one until like January or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really, really bad at the beginning.
We had a YouTube channel, but I wouldn't say we weren't
Yeah.
posting like we are now.
I feel like we kind of started taking it seriously last year.
Yeah, basically.
Every 2 weeks last year, and then every week so far this year, bar one, I think. Yeah. So I would say I would just kind of say like just over a year, really. What are your future plans regarding your channel? Will you focus on travel content or life in China content?
Well, I think we've got a lot of plans.
Oh yeah, we have big plans actually.
We have very big plans. I mean, the biggest obstacle is kind of time for us. If we had all the time in the world, we would just be pumping out loads of videos because we are not short on ideas. In terms of going forward, obviously at the moment we've kind of been more Beijing focused and just kind of giving some general like life in China, like our take on like what the situation is now, and we're trying to make it like quite general. But we'd also like to mix that up and do some travel content, mostly around China. I think it's mostly going to focus around China, and then we've got
to be for the next year or so anyway, because
and we're currently working on a secret project which is going to be very different, but and you'll know more about that within the next 1 week to 1 year, depending if we get our act together.
Actually, we have a few secret projects. Watch this space. Yeah, because we've got lots of plans. We're very excited, and we're just going to try and keep pumping out content. On that note, are you planning to become a full-time YouTuber at some point?
Pay me.
Yeah. When I can get paid to be a YouTuber, then maybe.
You mean when she can afford to pay me?
Yeah, when I can afford to pay him. When Jack can get paid, maybe. I mean, whilst we're in China, we need to work anyway, and we have good jobs and we love them. So we'll keep probably doing this for a while. But eventually, we do want to travel, and so maybe then. But yeah. Do you have a Bilibili channel?
Yes.
How many subscribers do you have?
Don't know.
Yes? About.
If you can find our channel, tell us how many subscribers we have. I can never find the channel.
Nico loves China. Nico ai Zhongguo.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Yeah,
maybe I can. Maybe I've not been searching
We
in
have
the
a
right
Bilibili.
places.
We have a Bilibili channel, okay, and we were doing quite well, and then we started pumping out every week on YouTube, and we just can't subtitle them and put them on the videos, and it just takes up so much time. If anybody wants to do this for us, contact us. We'd appreciate the help, because it's a shame, because we want to put subtitles on our videos, but we just it's so difficult for us. So yeah. For one video, how many hours do you shoot?
That totally depends on the video. I mean, this is just I mean, even this one will probably take us an hour of shooting and faffing around, but then it took us another hour to set it up, and then we had to have our dinner, and then we had to write the question down.
Okay, let's think about like a proper one. Probably all day.
Yeah, like a whole day. If we were doing one around Beijing, like 1 or 2 days. At the moment, we're doing a video a week, so we're typically like filming at the weekend and also editing the one. So we're filming next week's video at the weekend and then also editing that week's video to then go out on the Monday. So yeah, probably a day or two, I'd say, for most, but some can be a lot longer.
Yeah, like our city ones, like Tianjin, Shenzhen, Nanjing, they were 4 solid days of shooting. And I would probably say at least like a full week of planning before that as well. Like full week of planning. And then at least a week of editing. So they're big ones, and they do take us a long time. Okay, how to prepare for a vlog and equipment that you use. So I've got the equipment in the link as kit.com, and you can see all the equipment that you use. Actually, we need to update it with our new mics. Got some new mics. Yeah.
New mics.
For our special project, which...
How do they sound? Do they sound okay? I hope they sound okay.
I feel a bit weird.
We turned the aircon off because we wanted them to sound good, and that's why we're a bit sweaty as well.
So how do we prepare? That is... Yeah, do you want to see a video on that? We will also do a video on that.
Yeah, would you like to see a video on that? I've got lots of ideas. I've written some scripts actually for some behind the scenes stuff, but
we want to share.
Would that be of interest to you? Let us know. Like, do you want to see like some behind the scenes stuff, or do you want to just keep giving just purely on China, or would you like to see a bit more of like our process?
Yeah, how we make, because we want to know if you are interested in how we make films and that sort of aspect, because these videos will take us a while to do. So I'm
happy to do them, but only if you guys want them, you know?
Wondering, is this the right channel for them, or maybe we need a new one? Who knows? So let us know what you prefer.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Okay, are you ready for...
Round 3.
Round 4.
Round 4.
Round 4, the last set of questions. The life questions.
Do.
Okay, so we have quite a few questions from Alex Absolute. Shout out to Alex. Thanks for leaving so many questions.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. So the first one he asked was, where's your favourite place in the whole world?
South America? Can I say that?
Yeah.
China? Is that the correct answer?
I would say Ibiza.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I've been more times than anywhere else. 9 times or something I've been to Ibiza. That would be my favourite place probably in the whole world. But a lot of places in South America did come very close, like Patagonia and Colombia.
Yeah, fair.
What's your favourite?
Yeah, Patagonia maybe. Patagonia if I had to pick one.
Okay. What's something you wish you'd done at a much younger age?
Started a YouTube channel?
Yeah, we'd be on like 1 million subscribers by now. Yeah, I would say for me, I would have really liked to learn a language or an instrument. I regret that. But when I retire, I am gonna get a drum kit. I reckon I'd be amazing on the drums.
Yep, keep you fit as well.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, if money was no object, what would you do?
Ooh, good question. Probably some very ambitious filming projects.
Travel the world making
films, basically. Doing what we're doing now, but just on a bigger scale.
Yeah. This is for you because I don't know what this is. HLG or Slug?
S-Log. S-Log. Good question. I would say...
Hedgehog or S-Log?
Hedgehog or S-Log. Ooh, that's a good question. HLG, if you were shooting on an 8-bit camera, like a mirrorless camera, like a A7 range or whatever. My camera doesn't actually shoot HLG because it's a bit old. It's a newer Gamma. S-Log, if I was shooting on a broadcast or cinema camera, is my favourite, but you need 10-bit colour, really. Otherwise, it just looks terrible.
Okay, no one cares. Okay, so this...
I care. You care, Alex. Thanks for that. Hit me up. We can talk more.
We can talk tech. This isn't a question. This is a statement. Come to New Zealand and we can meet up. Actually, we were planning on coming to New Zealand at the end of this year, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to because of the certain climate. My brother lives in New Zealand, so that was the plan. But we'll see. We will definitely be going at some point.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to go there.
So another statement, and this is from our very good friend Miriam in China. Hi, Miriam. Will you ever come visit me in Shanghai?
Of course.
Yes.
We really want to.
Yeah, we really want to. And we were maybe planning on coming sort of maybe October time.
Autumn time.
So
if you're around.
Maybe we'll come to Shanghai then. And another one from Miriam. Where do you guys see yourself in 5, 10, and 20 years?
Ooh.
5 years.
Traveling the world full time making videos.
Yeah, I would say the exact same thing. 10 years.
Running a successful media production company.
Yeah, 20 years.
Living in a hut somewhere.
With lots of dogs.
With a hell of a lot of dogs.
Yeah, that would be our 5, 10, 20-year plan, I would say. So speaking of that, it says, what are your life goals, aspirations, and dreams?
Ooh, I think I don't know. For me, it's just always going to be just do better videos, basically. Bigger and bigger video projects.
Yeah.
More travel, more dogs.
More dogs. I was going to say,
I think we could see a theme here.
I just want to have all the dogs and all the travel. That's my life goals, aspirations, and dreams. And yeah, big one to end on. When will you have a baby?
A dog baby?
Oh no, hang on, it's not the end one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, sorry. Not big one to end one. When will you have baby? Yeah, dog baby as soon as possible. Real baby. Jack. There's something that I need to tell you.
What?
I'm definitely not pregnant. That is one.
That.
Yeah, I mean, that's not.
Sorry, a bit sweaty now. I think I've had a hot flush.
Real life baby, not really in our plans just yet, or ever, or we don't know. Yeah, it's not something that we want a dog baby. Okay, what's your long-term plan? Stay in China or go back to the UK? Neither of those, really.
No, I think we're not going to stay in China forever.
No.
And also can't see myself going back to the UK anytime soon.
No. Yeah, exactly that. Your feelings of living in different countries.
Amazing.
Yeah, do it. If you can, if you get an opportunity to live in a different country.
Even for a year.
Yeah, I say this to the people all the time when they're if they're scared or they're not, just do it. You can go back to wherever you live if you want. If you don't enjoy it, just take the chance. You might love it.
And age is no barrier as well. It doesn't matter if you're really young or really old, you can find something that works for you. I've met people of literally every age all around the world. And I would say generally they're much better people for doing it.
Yeah, it's an experience. You get to just kind of see a new culture, live a different life. And it's just, I personally think it's the best thing. And everybody should try and do it if they can, because it opens your eyes to a whole new world. What is the destination of your next road trip?
Hunan province for me.
Oh.
Sorry, you're not coming.
That's not
Awkward.
a road trip. Are you going on the road? Are you going on the bus?
I'm going to get in a 4.
Well, okay. Well,
transport.
thanks for reading that. But we don't know because we haven't got a car here in China. But hopefully somewhere in China. But
In Mongolia, maybe?
Maybe. When we do eventually live in China, my dad has renovated a van and we will be stealing that van and living in that van, probably going around Europe at some point, but who knows when. Do you have any advice for first-time travelers?
Do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Like anything in life,
Guys, I should be wearing a Nike t-shirt right now.
Like anything in life, the first time is always going to be the most scary, but it's also going to be the most fun because everything you do will just blow your mind. And just be relaxed. And don't have overly high expectations. If you just relaxed and you'll take it as it comes.
Coast through life with low expectations.
Some more cliches. I'm trying to think of some more cliches. I've said about 5 different cliches there.
Expect very little and you will get a lot more. No.
Good things come to those who travel for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, do some research and enjoy it. Just, put yourself out there. Probably should have ended on the baby one. I don't think this is a very good one to end on, but what's your zodiac sign?
What's a zodiac sign?
Leo. I am Leo.
I am Gemini. Oh, it's star sign, right?
Star sign, yeah. But zodiac
Gemini.
sign, it could be Chinese zodiac though, as well.
Yeah, so I'm Gemini, right? You're Leo.
Yeah, but what about Chinese? I'm the year of the rabbit.
I'm either a rat or a rooster. I can't remember.
No,
It
you're
begins
a
with
rooster
R.
though.
Yeah.
You're a rooster.
I'm
It's
a
the rat
rooster.
now. Your rooster. Because you said it was like a chicken and everyone laughed at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe we should have ended on the baby question. Anyway, that is it for questions. Whoa. That was a lot to get through. Lots of different ones. I'm sorry if we went too fast, but we tried to answer pretty much all of the questions that we could get. All the questions that we could get written down. We hope you learn a little bit more about us, our dreams, our aspirations, our everything. And we will probably do another one, maybe at 30k. Maybe we'll do it a bit more specific, I've been thinking.
Oh, don't tell me. I want it to be a surprise.
Surprise. And
subscribe. Get us 30k because
Yeah.
I want to know what the hell this surprise is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get us to 30k and then you'll see it sooner. Again, we just want to say a big thank you to everybody who watches, who subscribes, who likes. Keep sharing, keep commenting, as long as it's not mean. And we hope you enjoyed this video. Leave us a comment letting us know some of the questions that we asked you, such as, what's the most beautiful place in China? Do you want us to make behind the scenes video? Do you want us to make a housing video? Everything that we asked, leave comments.
Where should we go in next in China?
Yeah, well, we asked that in the last one anyway. I got lots of instances of that. Yes, and
Goodbye.
Subscribe. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.